No, I give you my Instagram.
I don't do Instagram.
This is one of the best real-life examples of cold approach. I'm gonna break it all down, step by step, including how she initially tries to give him her Instagram, but he still expertly gets her phone number. Now, a quick bit of important context. So this girl's working at the kava bar that Scotty just walked into, and this starts rolling about 10 seconds into their interaction. I want you guys to really pay attention to all the ways that he builds sexual tension, because this is one of the most crucial skills you can have when it comes to game.
You're
Mi
cute.
nombre es Daniela.
Daniela? Brian.
Okay.
How long you been?
Like 2 weeks.
Oh, so he's teaching you?
Yes.
You like it so far?
Now pay attention to something subtle here. Notice how he's still holding her hand. So I've seen Scotty do this in real life a million times. He goes to shake hands with a girl, but most guys, they end the handshake and they're just like, oh, but Scotty keeps holding the handshake. And the vast majority of the time, girls respond positively to that because number one, it's novel, it shows balls, and it builds sexual tension, which kind of makes them feel alive, makes them feel desired.
You're so small.
Yes.
Do you know any of the products? Do you know the names?
Yes.
Yes, see. Cute, you're so cute.
Now this is another thing that confuses guys. They see like, oh my God, he complimented her twice in 20 seconds. That's such a simp move, bro. But there's actually nothing wrong with giving a girl multiple compliments as long as it's not done in a supplicating way. If you're like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous, yeah, that's a massive turnoff. But if you just say it very calmly and authoritatively, like, you're so cute, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And again, that establishes sexual intent and builds sexual tension, which is where I think the vast majority of guys doing cold approach really fall short on.
Understanding a poquito English?
I understand you.
Cute? What is cute?
Huh?
What is cute? I'm saying you're cute.
Yes. Bonita.
Bonita?
Tierna. Sí, como tierna bonita.
Me? You?
Me.
You think I'm cute?
Sí.
See?
Now he just did something very important. He slightly diffused the sexual tension. This is important. When you go in strong and you're building a lot of sexual tension, you want to kind of have little breaks and pauses. He does that with humor because if you give the girl too much tension too fast, sometimes they kind of like, oh, they don't know what to do with all that energy and they may prematurely bounce. But if you kind of add little pauses there with humor and then go back to building tension, it works a lot better. And notice how he did that here.
We should go out. We should. We should go for a drink. Can you go out?
Yes.
Not right now.
What drink you want?
No, we'll have a glass of wine. Give me your number. We'll call.
My number?
What?
Now watch what happens here because this is expertly done.
Yeah.
No, I give you my Instagram.
I don't do Instagram.
Why?
I'm an adult.
Why you don't have Instagram?
I'm a 40-year-old man.
Okay.
So
why
I'll call
you
your
don't have
WhatsApp.
Instagram?
What? My Instagram? I'm adult. Like, I do have a business account, but it's shared by friends for business.
Now, what do you think most guys would have done here? They would have been like, yeah, sure, here's my Instagram, right? Because guys are really afraid of, tension or whatever, getting rejected. But Scotty does the right thing because he knows that if you get a girl's Instagram, there's a good chance you'll never hear from her again because you're probably going to go to her spam folder, right? So it's always a better play to get the girl's phone number. Now, if you have a really good Instagram, you can get her Instagram as well. You should do both. And that's what I personally do. But yeah, it's much better to just try to get the phone number. And if you're persistent, but also very calm and don't make it a big deal and also crack some jokes like Scotty did, you have a pretty good chance of basically being able to go from Instagram to phone number.
That's it. No,
Okay.
no talking. So.
Okay. What is your name?
Brian, you smell really, really good.
Huh?
You don't understand English?
I understand.
You
What is-
smell really good.
Yes?
See,
Like, what do you feel? What do you feel?
He gets her phone number, but then another mistake guys make is they get the number and they just bounce. But Scotty just keeps flirting with her, keep building more tension because he understands that the end goal isn't just to get the number, it's to ultimately get the date and the hookup with the girl.
it's just fresh. Very fresh. Look, I'm gonna order.
Now the next 1 or 2 minutes are a little boring because basically Scotty orders some kava and the girl's like making it. So we're gonna skip that and go straight to the part where they're flirting again.
See. Where are you from?
Colombia.
Colombia?
Now notice how Scotty still has his hand there. Most people would have pussied out by now and taken it back, and that further adds to the sexual tension. And then next I want you guys to pay attention to all of his subcommunications.
Like recently, you just moved to United States?
No, I like 4 years here.
You were 24?
No.
Now the topic that's being discussed is relatively logical and boring, but what makes it interesting, right, what makes it exciting for the girl is the fact that he's still holding her hand, right, which adds to sexual tension, that there's strong eye contact, there's proximity. So Scotty's building sexual tension with his subcommunications, right? And people get really hung up. They think like, oh, I have to make the topic sexual in order for there to be sexual tension. But that's only one of the many ways to build tension, right? And probably when a girl's working at a bar, you know, and there's a language barrier, you probably want to do it, you know, with things like he's doing rather than just try and talk about sex, which you probably won't even really fully understand.
I am like 23. 24 what years?
Old, years old.
33.
33? No, what? No way.
And here's another thing I want you guys to observe. People really get like hung up on when there's like silences in the conversation. They want to always, you know, break every moment of silence because it feels uncomfortable for them, right? But they don't realize that when they do that, they kill the sexual tension. It is totally okay to have strategic pauses. You don't want it to go for more than 10 or 15 seconds, right? But again, that just further is going to add to the tension, which is what you want. The more sexual tension you have in the conversation, the more likely the girl is to ultimately hook up with you and, you know, at the very least, hit you back up.
So cute. Why so tight? Tight. Very tight. When do you get off? We should have a glass. You like wine?
Yeah.
See? We'll have. See? What time? One?
Day?
Tomorrow night. And here's what I want you guys to do next time you go on cold approach. Practice putting silences in your conversations. Just like that, a few seconds, and watch how it's just going to add a lot to the tension.
Tengo today close to 2 a.m.
Tomorrow night? Okay. 8 p.m.
Okay.
Can't believe you're 33. That's crazy.
Why?
You look younger. And your skin is so soft. Do people in Colombia look younger or no?
No, normal. I think
Compared to
Latino girls have two categories. There's like between 18 and 35 to 40 where they look very young, and then like there's like a year or two that happens and they become like old Spanish ladies, right? But one minor critique I would give Scotty here is like it's clear he doesn't really speak a lick of Spanish, but also it's like it doesn't seem like he understands that much about like Latino culture. So for example, this girl said she's from Colombia. So my follow-up question would be, oh cool, what city are you from, right? And she would say, oh, I'm from Bogota. I'd be like, cool, you're a Rolla? And she'd be like, oh my God, how do you know that? So fun fact, no matter what city a girl is from in Colombia, there's a nickname for it. And if you can say that nickname, it's gonna just show that you understand her culture, which builds a lot of comfort, you know, familiarity.
to Americans.
I think like
Compared to Americans.
because how many years do you have? 44. How much?
39.
You say 40.
I'm 39 years old.
No, but
Now pay attention, Scotty's gonna use a very interesting technique in a few seconds, or maybe 20 seconds, whatever.
You just said I look 44.
no, you say that 44.
I didn't say 44, you did.
39. You got it.
39
But you
years
look
old.
good. Your skin is good.
Thank you. What else do you like?
Huh?
What else do you like
Like what?
about me? What's your favorite feature about me?
And your eye.
So this is the technique I'm talking about, right? Now, it's a great question. One of the best questions to ask a girl is like, what else do you like about me? If you say it in a non-supplicating way. Now, it has to flow. You can't be like, so what do you do for work? Oh, I'm an accountant. Cool, what do you like about me, right? But she gives him, a compliment, and then he builds on that, and he says, what else do you like about me? Because what this does is it gets her to verbalize, what she's feeling and what she's thinking, right? And then suddenly, when she's logically thinking back about the interaction, she's like, oh yeah, I do like this and this and that, right? So that's a very good thing to do.
What you say that face?
What color?
Your eyes are beautiful.
Thank you, baby. I felt that. And I like this about you.
What?
One dimple. Dimple?
Why is that?
I like that. It's cute. It's rare. It's one side, only one side.
Some people will feel uncomfortable with the level of tension here, and they might be like, oh, it's creepy, it's weird, blah, 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 blah. But that's just because they don't really understand truly how attraction works. The more tension you have, the better. As long as the girl is not bouncing, but she's staying in there. And this girl very clearly is. Guys always complain like, oh, this girl just said, she's not interested, or I got friend zoned. You know who doesn't get friend zoned, honestly? Scotty doesn't. Because he builds a lot of sexual tension, and he shows his interest up front. And I always say it's better to just shoot your shot. It's better to take social risks than kind of half-ass it, not really take any risks, and then get a text from the girl like, oh, it's nice to meet you. I just wasn't feeling the chemistry.
You knew that, right? You know everything about yourself, right?
Of course. Of course.
What else? What else about you? You shouldn't be single, right? Miami's a hard place to date. It's very hard.
Single.
It's very hard. But you're not single now. We look cute together.
I am single.
I know, we look.
Now, this joke would have worked great with like a white girl or a girl who speaks English better, but with her, it just kind of went over her head. So when you are talking to a girl where there's a language barrier, you do kind of have to dumb down your jokes a little bit.
You together.
¿Y qué vas a hacer hoy?
I'm gonna lift you.
Así que van a hacer hoy.
Davey, what do you think?
Cute baby.
Cute babies?
You'll make cute babies.
No, what
Give me a
is
kiss. Like this. We're gonna go, okay, love? Tomorrow, I'll call you. I'll see.
Now, this is also crucial. The mistake some guys make is when they're getting a positive reaction, they just stay in there forever until the tension kind of dies and the girl's like, okay, I have to go back to work, right? He recognizes the fact that, the situation, because she's working, so she can't spend 2 hours with him, ignore all the other customers. She probably can't be making out in public while she's working. That could obviously get her in trouble. So he recognizes that, and he ends on a high note. He's already, gotten her phone number. He's already secured her date for tomorrow now. He's built a lot of tension. He's got her to explain what makes her interested in him, right? Now's a good time to actually just bounce out.
You. I got some good wine. Red, white?
What?
White? Okay. Bye.
So, big picture, what makes this a really good cold approach? Well, the first thing is something I've been talking about, which is that he built massive sexual tension, which again is absolutely crucial in order to sleep with a girl, right? This is the glue that holds everything together. Number two is that he was also simultaneously able to build some comfort, right? He did that by having a very calm, grounded energy. That's really the main thing, but also putting some jokes in there, right? Which kind of diffuses the tension at times, and then he went right back to building it, which is the right approach, because again, you don't want to go like this, you want to go like this, sort of. The next thing is that he was able to really overcome the Instagram objection, we can call it, and he got the girl's phone number. He also set up a solid date. So when we combine all these things, I think it's extremely likely that Scotty's going to be able to hook up with this girl, but I guess time will tell. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments and whether you think you'd be able to replicate this type of game where you build massive sexual tension. Also, if you guys are enjoying Scotty's content, then check out his YouTube channel. Link is going to be in the description.